Hello guys, this is Tanya and you're watching Frag Addiction channel, and today I'm talking about the famous lineup of masculine fragrances from Givenchy, Gentleman. I also have this gift box I'm going to show you later on, but everything in line. Okay, so in fact, these are fragrances that are considered blue, but they have a twist to them. They have an iris note. In fact, it all started in 1974 with an original Gentleman by Paul Leger. I think it's Leger. But that classic has absolutely nothing in common to the new creations that are sold nowadays. So just bear in mind, if you have that fragrance, awesome, but it doesn't smell like these at all. I actually have 4 in the line, but I smelled all 6, and I'm very familiar to all of them. The new lineup is created by duo of Olivier Cresp and Natalie Lorson. I think Natalie Lorson, that's her real name. They're very famous, both of the noses. They both made Opium line by Yves Saint Laurent, and both of the perfumers are absolutely masters in their range. So I really love actually Gentleman lineup and Givenchy brand. I think it stands very high in the designer realm nowadays. Their fragrances are very high quality, and I mean, every time they come up with a new fragrance, I'd like to smell it. So the first Gentleman that came out, it was in 2017. It was Eau de Toilette, considered a woody aromatic. That one is a bit fruity in the opening, and many people actually get to love the flower iris note by that particular version, Eau de Toilette, because it kind of tricks you up in the start by that bright pineapple and pear note, but then it gradually gets powdery in the heart with iris. It almost gets in the lipsticky direction, but it's masculine. Well, or unisex, maybe. Gentleman is quite masculine line, and the whole DNA is somewhat, blue, as I said. So on a man is just spot on. There's another flanker that is not on the table today. It's called Gentleman Cologne and was launched in 2019. And this version is what it says. Very fresh, long-lasting, fairly long-lasting, a summer version of Gentleman, and it kind of stays closer to the skin after initial blast, maybe after 20 to 30 minutes of that fresh breeze. It still needs more heat to project longer. It has molecular base, so it's amazing in the high heat. And now we came out to the ones that are present here. In 2018, came out Gentleman Eau de Parfum. The top notes are listed as black pepper, lavender, and bergamot. Middle notes are orris root, cloves, and cinnamon. Base notes are black vanilla husk, whatever it means, tolo balsam, tonka bean, benzoin, and patchouli. And just as for me, this version is actually more niche and even dense in the first hour or two, than the other versions of Gentleman. This is very powdery. Oh my favorite version, in fact. It's quite linear fragrance. After about 2 hours, it comes down to kind of a hint of iris, but it's still soapy. And in the mid has lots of spice. I don't really feel the spice now, it's just the first blast, but yeah, it has the spice, that cinnamon, has some kick. Patchouli gives a hint of freshness still to this composition, and cloves, I'd say not. In some fragrances, cloves can be really mature. In here, maybe yes, but it's not because of the cloves, because of the powderiness of this version, because of that really juicy, really thick, buttery iris that has that it has in the heart. But overall, this variation is absolutely not for a college student. It's rather elegant for an elegant man that has a decent job. And in the deep dry down, it gets really warm and oriental. That amber pulls through, has a lot of vanilla and tonka bean, and gets even more powdery, but very inviting, super cuddly. It's my favorite version of Gentleman, as I said, and it has a distinct Givenchy base that is often present in women's offerings of Givenchy, and I'm actually a big fan of it. So this version is the most vanillic, I'd say, of all. Next one is Eau de Parfum Boisée, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Boisée means, well, first of all, it means woody in French, and it is the most popular version of Gentleman lineup. I think this is really, really woody, but has a distinct chocolate note. Has that gourmand vibe from Olivier Cresp. Because it was made all by himself, he's listed by himself there. In 2020 it was made. And it has the signature gourmand touch of this nose, of this guy. He has very interesting gourmand fragrances, including the first one that was ever made, Angel by Mugler. And the new fragrance by Dolce & Gabbana, Devotion, nowadays is topping the list of most popular women's fragrances. He made it. It launched only in summer of 2023, less than a year ago, and now it's everywhere. It's actually really good. I got it on this list, but on the list of people who got it and then understood that it's too strong for me. But it smells amazing. So Olivier Cresp does know how to please the crowd. Top notes of this one are listed: black pepper, geranium, and coriander. Middle notes are iris, cacao pod, and cedar. Base notes are woodsy notes, whatever it means, sandalwood, and patchouli. And yes, the coriander note on start might not be a favorite. Some people don't even understand it. But because it has so much more to offer, like after that, the coriander doesn't really last, maybe 20 minutes. Can't really smell it that much. But then it gets like more woody, the whole fragrance. The coriander gives a kick, but then it turns really woody. You can smell the woods right away, even on start. And the sandalwood here is very creamy, the creamy kind. Gets compliments by everybody, right? I don't know. A lot of these sandalwood materials are usually made with molecules, and they're kind of pickly sometimes, but here it is really, it's even sweet and somehow creamy, but it still has some of that molecule. It mixes up with patchouli in the base. And there's a hint of oak moss, definitely can feel that. The chocolate part in this fragrance is made both with cacao material and patchouli. This is very interesting. They kind of flow into each other like one accord. In different situations throughout the wear, you kind of get either all the deep dark chocolate or two different things at once. Woody, earthy patchouli and a separate, extremely realistic cacao powder note. And that is a very unique feature in this fragrance. And a very similar effect is used in the new L'Interdit Rouge Ultime. This is the new iteration of the Givenchy line, L'Interdit. I'm kind of rocking it this spring. I love it. By the way, it's a great gift for your fair lady, if you ask me. It's very mass-pleasing, has little tuberose in it, but it's mostly just warm and ambery scent all year round. And I just have to advertise the new video that's about to come out about L'Interdit line. I'm going to film it right now. So it's actually my favorite line of designer fragrances. I found my fancy devotion. Really pretty. Super sweet. But if you ask me this or this for a present, just take this. Not every girl can handle. This is super sweet and can cause headaches, just saying. Next up, Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. It is a woody aromatic this time. It was launched in 2021. And I wanted to show you how nice they make their gift boxes. This is Eau de Toilette. This is a 10 milliliter travel spray. And look at these travel spray. Oh my. If I can take it out for you, I can show you. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very steady. Really thick glass. And it also have like a logo on top. Very cute. Comes with a shower gel. I want to spray it. I love Eau de Toilette Intense a lot. I think it's the best version for the summer, for any summer. There it is. Pretty girl. No, it's not a girl, it's a man. Top notes are listed as cardamom, basil, and bergamot. Middle notes are iris and cypress. Base notes are coumarin and cedar. I already feel the icy super here. And the iris. Oh my. Very nice. So Eau de Toilette Intense is mossy on start. Yeah. And cardamom-y. No joke. Then it gets kind of pickly and sour. And sometimes I smell pickles, as I say, when that synthetic sandalwood material is listed, but it still remains somehow kind of fatty on the orris root in this composition. It makes a statement, makes an impression. For me, it even becomes almost unisex in the heart, and closer to the dry down gets a tad powdery, but I'd say it's the least powdery iteration of Gentleman line. I thought there's more salty sandalwood, but it's so much more unique than other designer releases these days with that salty note. It has that aromatic coumarin that gives a kick. It can ease. I think I can definitely easily wear it. It's probably the least masculine of all the versions, but it's great for summer days, for any man, even really young, even a teen. And it is a massively beloved flanker, definitely. And the last one, oh my goodness, this is Eau de Parfum Reserve Privee. Considered amber vanilla, launched in 2022. This is the most popular. The most popular among fragrance community. This one is bad. Some old stuff. I want a new one. Oh my. The top note is bergamot. Yeah, it's so fresh. Middle notes are iris and chestnut. That's the big difference. And base notes are whiskey and woodsy notes and amber. This one is significantly sweeter than all the others. It's syrupy, but not too sweet. It's the texture kind of in the opening that strikes right in. It projects, of course, the longest, as well as Eau de Toilette Intense. I would say they're approximately the same in the projection. And the difference, of course, because it's boozy. This is very boozy flanker. Well, as boozy can come in the designer realm, of course. It's not like, it's not Killian brand that is going to be boozy for an hour and a half or 2 hours. No, this is just a little boozy. There's distant wood barrel, I would say, on the horizon somewhere. But then it gets distant marine accord. I think it's Amberxan in here, I guess. Not sure. Or maybe it's just the iris flower that gives that impression. But it's still very dense and super mass appealing. It gets even closer to a blue fragrance DNA than some of the others in the line. And I'd say spice here is very tamed, but it still remains at the same, as the same accord, just like in the other flankers. But there's also a contrast with warm vanilla, amber in the dry down, and those cool spices with fresh iris. This version of Gentleman is also recognizable with the Givenchy tone base, just like Eau de Parfum. And if you're still not convinced which one, get yourself a travel spray of any version of Gentleman, depending on the preference and weather in your region. Right now, they all have travel sprays that are really nice. They're rectangular shaped, very sturdy and chic. And you can thoroughly try them out. You can just figure out which one you like the best. Some people actually say it's for older men. It's for men for maybe starting from 30 years old. But I believe even in your 20s, you definitely can pull these out. Just in a more upscale situation, wearing something nicer than just gym shorts and a baseball cap. If you're a younger guy, put on some fitted white t-shirt, jeans that fit you just right, maybe some Adidas Samba sneakers or even Vans or Converse, but they have to be clean. They have to be neatly clean and tied up the good way. Spray maybe Eau de Toilette Intense or the Boisee version and head out anywhere, to work, to school, to pick up pizza or fried chicken, whatever you like. Just be very confident in these fragrances. Next thing, musical associations. All of the gentlemen give me smooth, jazzy vibes, and they all have some saxophone added. But it's not overpowering. It's like a quiet luxury elevator tunes. Very airy music, calming atmosphere, and I'd say that's basically it. Some versions are having like those reverse strings added in production. Reserve Privee is for me a live version out of a restaurant. So yeah, the reverse strings usually give me the Eau de Toilette and Eau de Toilette Intense. So none of these have vocals. Next up, performance chapter. These are all designer fragrances, and none of them are actually beast mode, of course. They are all extremely versatile, any age appropriate, but not for a sporty style. Maybe the Cologne version, yeah, but I just still don't suggest blind buy for any of these. Maybe the Reserve Privee could be purchased for a winter staple, and Cologne version for a summer, maybe summer office. It's fine. But better if you have a chance to go to a store and try all of these, even all 6. Spray them on the tester strips, each one, but write down which one is which on the testers. And maybe a couple of them on your arms, I don't know, if you wish so. But then goes the most important part. Go outside. Preferably come back home and come back next day. And this time you actually apply the desired ones, the ones that you like the most on your arms, and decide what is actually worth purchasing for you, for your skin chemistry. Or if you're like me, I love all of these. So some men just like this line and just buy them. Okay, go ahead. Dig it. Choose one for upcoming weather and enjoy. They're all amazing for most situations, for office and chill. It could be signature scent, could be for special occasions and even clubbing. They make women want to hug you. It's just wonderful. The exception is probably the Cologne version. That's very summery and would not be enough for a night out, for a club night. The projection for all of these are moderate. I'd say an arm's length for the most part, but the trail in the wind is stunning, especially Eau de Parfum. Oh my, it's just wonderful. It gets caught by the cool wind or the air conditioning, and Reserve Privee and Eau de Parfum, outstanding. I say better than many of the niche fragrances with much higher price tag. These two are definitely for colder weather and can be quite overwhelming in the heat. But the most mass appealing of all are, as I say, Cologne and Boisee. Boisee, yeah, it is woody. It is very woody, but it kind of remains in that designer realm. With a chocolate, and you can still hug that person. It's cuddly. Most men would love to get any of two of this, the Boisee or the Cologne. But the best version, of course, considered the Reserve Privee. That's a big, major selling hit. Has those boozy accords, but not everybody is into it. The fragrance community, yes, but not regular people. Fortunately, are not. There is also Gentleman's Society fragrance that came up in 2023, but it is a different thing. It's not a flanker of Gentleman at all. But anyways, like this video and thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. My favorite is Eau de Parfum, but it's the most powdery. Anyways, try this line. And if you like my stories, please like this video and share your comments down below with your favorite ones, maybe favorite lineups. Maybe I'll make the YSL online next time. What do you think about it? And see you soon. Bye-bye.